My name is Clint Cash, and welcome to Team Turquoise's presentation of an emerging technology that is impacting our company, TT Data. The emerging technology that we chose is cloud computing, and in this presentation, we will discuss how the technology of cloud computing can help optimize our company by presenting solutions to numerous ongoing technical and organizational issues, along with how cloud computing provides several benefits across the board. Here's a brief outline of our presentation. First, we will give some background information about TT Data and what exactly it is that we do, followed by our internal organization issues, the overall cloud computing solution, along with its impacts and strategy for implementation, and finally, our conclusion. Now, Nicole will give you some background information about our company.
Thank you, Clint. As we're an organization that collects, houses, and analyzes data for our customers in the banking, finance, engineering, and insurance industries, our ability to provide quick, accurate, and intelligent data to our clients is key. Our data collection and analyzing ability is our organization's core competency, and it allows our customers to do their best work. Let's look at some issues noted after some self-analysis that can significantly impact the way we do things. After some detailed analysis, 2014 to 2016, we've noted some issues with our organization. We have had 168 hours per year downtime due to server issues, resulting in about $10 million in lost revenue each year. In addition to that, there's a $4 million per year spent on infrastructure and software upgrades. And we've been spending $3 million per year in system upkeep for all our server rooms and the power requirements, facilities, maintenance, internet connectivity, and things of that nature. Organizational issues. Winton will take us into discussing what our plans can be.
Thanks, Nicole. In response to the challenges discussed by Nicole, we propose moving our data to a virtual cloud computing environment provided by Microsoft Azure. We will migrate the data from our 400 SQL servers to Microsoft Azure and close our 3 physical data centers. According to Microsoft, cloud computing is the delivery of computing services that's servers, storage, database, networking, software, analytics, and more over the internet. What are the benefits of going to this cloud computing solution? Number 1, cost savings. There are several opportunities for TT Data to save costs by moving to the cloud. A few key costs are infrastructure and maintenance costs, facilities costs, including the energy consumption costs for running the current servers, system upgrade costs, wages for expert technical staff. All these are cost savings that TT Data can realize by moving to the cloud. Another benefit of moving to the cloud is speed. The cloud solution is flexible and scalable. If more or less data storage is needed at any time, it can be quickly scaled based on the needs of TT Data. The third benefit is a productivity increase. Since the cloud service provider is responsible for the hardware and software, our IT staff can focus on higher priority tasks rather than taking care of the hardware in our current data centers. The last benefit of cloud computing that we like to focus on is increased performance. The leading cloud computing service providers spend a vast amount of resources to have the latest and greatest high performance system. The cloud solution is reliable and will end our server downtime issues. Now, more about the cloud. There's 3 main cloud service categories. That's infrastructure as a service. With infrastructure as a service, hardware is provided and managed by the service provider, Microsoft Azure in our case, for data storage. The next category is platform as a service. Platform as a service builds on infrastructure as a service, but it also includes application development tools where developers can build applications and services over the internet. The third category is software as a service. Software as a service delivers software applications via the internet. Many software as a service applications require only a web browser and an internet connection. The Microsoft Azure solution we're proposing for TT Data is infrastructure as a service, and Mitch will tell you more about it.
Thank you, Martin. We feel the infrastructure as a service uh, option for TT data is the best option. In this option, the service provider will offer processing, storage, and network resources for our needs. The service provider owns and maintains the equipment and enables access to the infrastructure needed to power and support the software. This will provide enough corporate data backup, network bandwidth to the company website server, and enable access to high-powered computing. Let's look at the impact on TT data. As for the impact on TT data, moving to the cloud computing will increase our accessibility to our data due to less server downtime. We will see a decrease in yearly infrastructure and software costs due to the cloud system automatically controlling and optimizing by metering storage, computing, and bandwidth. This move will provide TT data to scale up our storage and computing capabilities to needed levels at any time. Due to using the cloud-based server, we will reduce the monthly burden of high electric bills due to the needed resources of our in-house server rooms and support devices they require. Let's go to Mark to look at the cost savings we will see.
Thanks, Mitch. The cloud computing solution at TT Data will bring several opportunities. First, a work reduction of 2% in the IT staffing group. We'll save approximately 23% in cost savings over the next 3 years. We'll also increase our uptime to 5 nines, which is going to be approximately 6 minutes of planned downtime per year, and a reduction in capital expenditure costs of about 37%. Some of the risks that we'll face is our current SOC 1 and SOC 2 audit compliance certifications will have to be adjusted to the provider terms, as well as the shift from our internal SLAs and OLAs that we provide to our customers. We'll have to adjust there as well. And there could be an opportunity that we would face up to an additional 4 hours of delivery time for customer requests that come about. The initial onboarding to the cloud will also increase our costs by about 38% in the first year. With that, let's take a look at some of the cost recovery numbers. Our revenue shortfall, as previously mentioned, is about $10 million per year. When we reduce the labor costs, that takes it down to about 7.7 million. And from there, you'll note that we can save and eliminate the revenue shortfall in just over 2.5 years. Below that is a current breakdown of the hardware costs and software licensing costs that we currently pay today. When you net out the Azure cost of about $1.5 million per year, you'll note that's about 14.5 million saved in infrastructure and software cost over the 5-year period. With that, we'll turn it over to Melanie to discuss our implementation strategy.
Thank you, Mark. And as for our implementation strategy for our company, moving the transition from the servers and customer data to the Azure platform is relatively easy. There are 4 basic steps. Each of the steps are a little tedious and are of utmost importance, but the first step is actually the discovery step, and that is the cataloging of all of the software and workloads. So it's our documentation of our application and our inventories. The second step is the assessment or the assessing, or it's the categorizing of our application and workloads. So we will plan and determine where the destination of each of these applications will be on the actual platform. The third phase is the targeting phase, which is the identifying and the confirmation of the destination of the workloads onto the actual server. And the fourth and final phase is the actual move, which is the migration phase. Again, these 4 steps all take some planning and implementation of each of it. So we'll discuss to minimize the frustrations. But in the end, the Azure will actually manage all of our servers, the storage, and our networking, which will relieve some of our responsibilities, and we will be able to emphasize higher priority on some of our IT members, which in turn will grow our business. So I'm going to hand it over now to Clint for the conclusion.
Thank you, Melanie. As Nicole mentioned previously, our current organizational issues consist of 168 man-hours per year spent on server downtime, $10 million in lost revenue, $4 million per year spent on upgrades, and $3 million per year spent on system upkeep and power requirements for our physical server locations. And as Mark previously mentioned, cloud computing presents a viable solution for each of these issues by reducing the server downtime to 6 minutes per year, which projects a 23% increase in overall cost savings over the next 3 years, along with reductions in capital expenditures and licensing costs by 37%. Overall, TT Data is extremely excited for this transition to a cloud computing environment to make our company more efficient, productive, and technologically capable. Thank you.